Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the multiple choice question and answer from the topic dissipation less line, from the subject transmission lines and RF system, and transmission lines and waveguides. So already that is we discussed that 7-8 videos. Okay, so for the subject transmission lines and waveguides. So if you want to learn the remaining videos for the unit 1 and unit 2, I will give link in the description box. You can refer. Okay, so first we will see the question for zero dissipation line. Which one is correct? Okay, R equal to 0, G equal to 0, capacitor and resistor 0, inductor and conductance 0, inductor and capacitor 0. So for zero dissipation line, the resistance value and the conductance value is 0. Okay, that is dissipation means the power dissipation. So for a zero dissipation line, the power dissipation is 0. So that's why the resistance value and the conductance value, it is 0 for that particular transmission line. Then the next question, for zero dissipation line, the characteristics impedance is purely resistive. That is the Z0 value. The Z0 value, it is a purely resistive component. It's a true or false? It's a true. Okay. So for zero dissipation line, the characteristics impedance is purely resistive component. So the answer for this second question, we will discuss in the third thing. You see, what is the characteristics impedance of dissipation less line? Zero dissipation line is otherwise called as dissipation less line. Okay, so for zero dissipation line, the characteristics impedance, the formula is that Z0 is equal to square root of L by C. Okay, so the characteristics impedance is a purely resistive component. So already you know the formula for Z0. What is meant by the characteristics impedance Z0? The Z0 is said to be, it's a ratio of the series impedance Z divided by the shunt admittance Y. So the Z value, you know, Z is nothing but R plus J omega L. Y is nothing but G plus J omega C. So for the dissipation less line or zero dissipation line, you know, the resistor value and the conductor value is 0. So that's why the Z0 value equal to square root of, so the Z is reduced to J omega L. Similarly, the reactance, that is the admittance Y is reduced to J omega C. Okay, since R equal to 0 and G equal to 0. So in this, so J omega cancel. So we will get the Z0 formula is square root of L by C. So the Z0 is a purely resistive. Okay, for a zero dissipation line. Then the next one, what is the expression for the propagation constant for a zero dissipation line? So the characteristics impedance we discussed in the previous question. For zero dissipation line, the characteristics impedance is purely resistive, whose value is square root of L by C. Okay, similarly, what is the propagation constant, eta? The propagation constant for the zero dissipation line is, it's a J omega into square root of LC. Okay, so the propagation constant value, eta equal to J omega into square root of LC. Okay, so the next thing, the attenuation constant of zero dissipation line is dash. Okay, the attenuation constant alpha. So the attenuation constant of zero dissipation line is 0. So you know, zero dissipation line means the line, it has no dissipation, no power loss. So the attenuation constant alpha equal to 0. Then what is the phase constant? Okay, what is the phase constant of zero dissipation line? So the phase constant of the zero dissipation line is beta equal to omega into square root of LC. Okay, beta equal to omega root of LC is the phase constant. Okay, these are all the different parameters for the dissipation less line. Then the velocity of propagation. The velocity of propagation of zero dissipation line is, so you know the formula for V generally. So the velocity, it is omega divided by beta. Okay, so omega divided by beta value, you know, what is the phase constant for zero dissipation line? It's a omega into root LC. So omega cancel, we will get a velocity equal to 1 by root LC. So 1 by root of LC is the answer. So these are all the different parameters of zero dissipation line. So for zero dissipation line, So quickly we will recall R value, G value is 0. Okay. Then the characteristics impedance formula is square root of L by C. Then the propagation constant eta equal to j omega into root of LC. Okay. So from the propagation constant, we can say that there is no real part. So the attenuation constant alpha equal to 0. And this omega root LC is the phase constant beta. Okay. So beta is omega into root LC, alpha is 0. Then the velocity of propagation formula is 1 divided by square root of LC. Okay. Then using this formula, so there is a possibility to ask the 2 mark problem. Okay. So we will see the first question. You see a lossless line. Okay. So a lossless line means the dissipation less line. It is otherwise called as lossless line. Okay. Zero dissipation means there is no loss in the particular transmission line. So a lossless line has shunt capacitance of 69 picofarad, series inductance 0.387 microhenry. Calculate the characteristics impedance. So here for a lossless line, C value is given, capacitor value is given, inductor value is given. The question is that we have to find the characteristics impedance. Okay. So you already know the formula for characteristics impedance for a dissipation less line. The other name of dissipation less line is lossless line. So the characteristics impedance is equal to square root of L divided by C. Okay, so which is equal to square root of what is L? 0.387 into 10 to the power minus 6. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6 divided by capacitor is 69 picofarad. So 69 into 10 to the power minus 12. Okay, so you just calculate the answer. It is the characteristics impedance. Okay. Then the next question, the input impedance of dissipation less line is dash. So already in the first unit, we derived the input impedance of ordinary transmission line. Okay. So now what is the input impedance of dissipation less line? So in that ordinary transmission line input impedance, we have to substitute R equal to 0 and G equal to 0 means we will get this input impedance. So the input impedance formula is, this is both B and C. Okay, this B is also correct, C is also correct. So B, you see the input impedance ZS is equal to R naught ZR cos beta X plus J R naught sin beta X divided by R naught cos beta X plus J ZR sin beta X. Okay, this is one more formula. From this formula, if you are taking this cos beta X outside from both numerator and denominator, we will get one more formula in terms of turn. Okay, so you see same R naught ZR plus J R naught turn beta X by R naught plus J ZR turn beta X. So this both formulas are the input impedance of dissipation less line. Okay, so you just remember this input impedance formula, you note down and you just remember this input impedance of the dissipation less line. So for ordinary transmission and equation, this J part is not at all available. Okay. So instead of this J R naught, here there may be a Z naught is available. Okay. And instead of this beta, there is a eta. The propagation constant eta will come. Then the next question, what is the input impedance of short circuited lossless transmission line? Okay. So, you know, the short circuited transmission line, short circuited means the load impedance is at R value. Okay. For a short circuited line, the load impedance is equal to 0. So if you are substituting ZR equal to 0 in above this ZS equation, either this or this. So we may get, if ZR is 0, you see, this is ZR 0, this is ZR 0. So we may get R naught into J R naught turn beta X divided by R naught. So R naught cancel. We will get J turn beta X. Okay. So the answer is J into J R naught turn beta X. This is the short circuited impedance for dissipation less line, that is lossless line. Already in unit 1, what is the short circuited input impedance of ordinary transmission line we discussed. Okay, so this is the formula for short circuited lossless line. Okay, so lossless line means the transmission line has no loss. So this ZSE, it will come J. Okay, so then the next question, what is the input impedance of open circuited lossless transmission line? Okay, so for a open circuited lossless transmission line, the load impedance is at R value equal to infinity. Okay, if you are substituting ZR equal to infinity in this input impedance formula, so we may get the reduced form is that ZOC equal to R naught divided by J into turn beta X. So this is the input impedance of open circuited lossless transmission line. This is the short circuited impedance J R naught turn beta X. Open circuited transmission line, the impedance is ZOC equal to R naught by J turn beta X. Okay. Then the next question, if the lambda by 3 transmission line. So lambda by 3 transmission line means the transmission line is having the length L or X value. Okay. Sometimes in formula L may be there or X. The transmission line length is lambda divided by 2. Okay, lambda divided by 3. Okay, this transmission line is short circuited that has a characteristics impedance of 50 ohms. Then its input impedance is dash. Okay, so what is the question? The transmission line is short circuited transmission line with length is given as lambda by 3. And the characteristics impedance is Z naught or R naught equal to 50 ohms. So the question is that we have to find input impedance. Okay, so already for a short circuited transmission line, what is the input impedance? The input impedance is at SC equal to J R naught turn beta X. Okay, so here the R naught value given. R naught is the characteristics impedance 50 ohms and the turn beta X. So here the beta, what is beta? The beta is said to be 2 pi by lambda. Okay, the beta value, it is said to be 2 pi by lambda into the length X. What is the transmission line length? Lambda by 3. So 2 pi by lambda into lambda by 3. So lambda cancelled. So J50 turn 2 pi by 3. Okay, so you just solve this turn 2 pi by 3 in calculator and multiply with 50. So we will get the answer is minus J 86.60. Okay, so the answer is minus 86.60 ohms. This is the input impedance of the short circuited transmission line. Then the next question, for a lambda by 2 transmission line, the characteristics impedance is 50 ohms and terminated with a load of 100 ohm, then its input impedance is dash. Okay, so here what are the data given? Two data given. One is characteristics impedance Z0 is given. Another one load value ZR is given. So we have to find out the input impedance. Okay, so in the previous thing that the length is given. Okay, and characteristics impedance is given. So we are taking this formula. So similarly here for lambda by 2 transmission line, characteristics impedance is given, load impedance is given. So we may use this formula also. Okay, we may use any one formula. So ZS is equal to, so here this is not a short circuited line, open circuited line. So that's why we have to take the general input impedance of the dissipation less line. Okay, so what is the formula? ZS equal to R naught into ZR plus J R naught turn beta X by R naught plus J ZR turn beta X. Okay, so here beta value, beta is nothing but 2 pi by lambda. And the length, this X value, okay, XR length L, it is said to be lambda by 2. So substitute this beta value, L value, ZR value, R naught value in above thing. So you see, turn of the beta into X. So this 2 pi by lambda into lambda by 2, it is pi. So turn pi, this turn pi value, it is 0. So that's why we will get ZS is equal to R naught into ZR by R naught. Okay, R naught cancel. So we will get ZS is equal to ZR. What is the value of ZR? Load is 100 ohms. So we will get the answer is 100 ohms. So the input impedance is 100 ohms for this line. Okay. Then the next question, if lambda by 3 transmission line is open circuited and has the characteristics impedance 50 ohm, then input impedance is dash. Okay. So for a open circuited transmission line, Z0 is given, that is length is given, we have to find the input impedance. So you know the formula. What is the input impedance? The input impedance is nothing but ZOC equal to R0 by J into turn beta x, or otherwise this 1 by J we can call it as a minus J, then 1 by turn we can write it as a cot beta x. So in this you just substitute the value of R0 and beta x value. So beta is 2 pi by lambda, x value is lambda by 3. So you just substitute and find out the answer using calculator. So we will get the answer is J into 28.86. Okay, this is the answer. Then the next question, the relation between NEPERS and decibel. Okay, this is the unit for the power loss. Okay, return loss, power loss in a transmission line. So what is the relation between this decibel and NEPERS? So 1 NEPER equal to 8.686 dB. Okay, this is the relation between NEPERS and decibels. Then the next question, the reflection coefficient of a transmission line in its polar form can be represented as dash. So sometimes the reflection coefficient, it may be mentioned as a K or this eta. Okay. The reflection coefficient in polar form, it is indicated by modulus of eta, the magnitude value, and the phase value is e power j theta. Okay, e power j theta. This is the polar form of reflection coefficient. So the first one is the correct. Eta equal to modulus of eta into j theta. Then the next one, indicate the false statement. Higher the value of SWR of transmission line dash. Okay, if the SWR value is high means which statement is wrong? Greater the mismatch. Yes, if the SWR standing wave ratio is very high means the mismatch between the load and the line is greater. This is the correct statement. Greater the power loss. Yes, SWR is high means power loss is also high. More the noise. So these statements are true. Okay, but we have to identify the false statement. So SWR is high means the velocity factor is high. This is a false. Okay, so this one is a false statement regarding higher the value of SWR. Then the next one, the maximum impedance of transmission line with the characteristics impedance is 50 ohms and the standing wave ratio is 2.5 is dash. Okay, so what is the question? We have to find the maximum impedance of transmission line. Okay, so already you know the formula. So we discussed this question in a previous video also. The maximum value of maximum impedance of transmission line is nothing but it's a multiplication of SWR into characteristics impedance. So standing wave ratio is 2.5. Characteristics impedance is 50. So 2.5 into 50, we will get 125 ohms. So 125 is the answer. Okay, this is an important 2-mark problem and easy problem. And the next one, the minimum impedance of 75 ohm transmission line with a standing wave ratio of 4 is dash. Okay, so the minimum impedance of transmission line is Zmin equal to, you know the formula, Z0 divided by S. The maximum value of maximum impedance of transmission line is the product of S into Z0. The minimum value of minimum impedance of transmission line is Z0 divided by S. So 75 divided by 4, so 18.75. So 18.75 is the answer. Then the next question, the value of SWR for a transmission line of characteristics impedance Z0 when feeding a load of impedance ZL is dash. Okay, that is what is the relation between SWR, characteristics impedance and the load impedance. So the SWR is nothing but it is a ratio of load impedance divided by characteristics impedance. So the ratio of load divided by characteristics impedance, it is said to be SWR. Okay. The next thing, a transmission line of 50 ohm characteristics impedance is terminated in a resistive load of 50. Find the voltage reflection coefficient. Okay. So you know the formula for voltage reflection coefficient, K equal to ZR minus Z0 by ZR plus Z0. Sometimes the received impedance, it may be mentioned as a load, ZL minus Z0 by ZL plus Z0. So you substitute, both the values are 50, same. So 50 minus 50 divided by 50 plus 50. So what is the answer? 0. Already you know, if the transmission line characteristics impedance is equal to the load impedance means we will get no reflection. So no reflection means the reflection coefficient is 0. So 0 is the correct answer. Then the next one, for perfect match between the line and load, the KR should be, KR means the reflection coefficient. Okay, the reflection coefficient, it should be 0. So already you know, you see, if the line is matched, line impedance, load impedance, both are equal means the reflection coefficient, it becomes 0. Okay, then the next one, in a transmission line, the ratio of reflected power to the incident power is given by dash. Okay, reflected power, P reflected. Okay, reflected power PR divided by P incident. Okay, what is the ratio PR divided by P incident? That ratio is equal to the K squared. Okay, it is a square of the reflection coefficient. It is equal to the K squared value. Then in a transmission line, the ratio of power delivered to the load to the power transmitted by incident wave is dash. Okay, this is ratio of reflected power to incident power. This is power delivered to load divided by the incident power. That ratio is equal to 1 minus modulus of K the whole squared. Okay, so this is the formula. So in theory, we derived these formulas in a power measurement of transmission line. Okay, then the next one, the last question. In a transmission line is terminated with resistance equal to characteristics impedance. Which one is correct? The line loss will be maximum. Input impedance will be twice the terminating resistance. The standing wave ratio will be minimum. Standing wave ratio will be minimum. Okay. If the line is terminated with resistance equal to characteristics impedance, is it not equal to ZR means the standing wave ratio will be minimum. Okay. So these are all the some of the questions from the unit 2 about the dissipation less line and the related problems. Okay. So thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe my channel for more videos. If you want to learn the signals and system MCQ and that is a DSP MCQ. Okay, and this transmission line remaining MCQ, I will give link in the description box. So you can see, or in my channel, there is a separate playlist is created for each subject. Signals and system MCQ, electronic circuits 2 MCQ, digital signal processing MCQ, and so on. You can refer. Okay, so thank you. We will meet in the next video.